Hey VIPs, it's Alexis Joy from Alexis Joy VIP Access, and I have the greatest honor of interviewing the entertainment news icon himself, the one and only Perez Hilton. Let me tell you, it is the greatest honor, as I say again, because before any of these digital news outlets came out, you started it all. So congrats to you on everything. We all have to bow down to you. You started it all. Congrats again.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you at my house. And thank you for not just coming and spending some time with me, but you came with donuts. My kids are going to be on such a sugar high later.
I'm so excited to find out which one is their favorite one. But before we dive into talking about your amazing family, I want to ask you, what inspired you to start off your incredible, internationally acclaimed site, PerezHilton.com, that became, again, a sensation and made you a household name?
Oh, thank you. It's insane to think that I'm going to be celebrating my 15-year anniversary in a matter of days.
Oh, congrats!
I started blogging in September of 2004 as a hobby. You know, I would say that if you talk to a YouTuber, maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, before people knew that you could really make a living on YouTube, those from a generation ago would say they started YouTubing because they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I started blogging as a hobby, and my hobby turned into a job, and it turned into more than a job. Now it is a way for me to express myself, to entertain people, to educate people, inspire people, thought provoke. I still like to stir the pot, even though I try to be better and do better than I used to. And it also has just given me the ability to support my family. Not just my kids, but also my mom, who lives with me, and it's such a blessing to have her this close. And also my sister, who works with me, who was talking to you. It's a family affair, as it is for you.
Yes.
Your mom is your camera person.
Yes, I was just going to say that. That's why, I resonated with you more than anyone I've ever looked up to, because I love the love that you have for your family, because it's so important. I mean, what we do is only to make our family's life better, and that's why I do what I do, because I want to make my mom's life better. So it honestly brings happy tears to my eyes to see you doing so wonderful, especially with your beautiful, beautiful family. Now, we have to talk about you recently being on the Hills reboot. What was that like for you?
That was super fun. I knew what I was signing up for. I knew that they would most likely position me as a villain, and I was fine with that, just because, I've done a lot in my career. I've done a lot of television, but I've never done a regular thing on TV. That's, to me, the one thing that's always been missing, that I still am working towards and striving for. And I think it's good to, 15 years later, still have dreams and be ambitious. I'm still hungry and thirsty, both out of a want and also a need. I don't have my FU money in the bank because I have a lot of bills. I send my kids to private school. That's a choice. That's not cheap. And my mom and my sister, it's a lot of pressure on one person, which I knew what I was signing up for when I made the choice, and I actively worked at having children. They didn't have them by accident. But I did it, and if they were to ask me to do it again, I would say yes in a heartbeat, even if they want me to be the villain. I don't care, because I know that's not who I am.
Right.
But I'll play. I wasn't acting when I was on the role, but I knew what they wanted from me.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Well, we love seeing you on our TV screens. And speaking of our TV screens, you were also on Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was scary, being on the Nick Cannon show, because I like to think that I'm quick on my feet, but these are people that are doing this every day. And the more you do something, the better you're at it. So while I think I can be nimble, it's not my bread and butter. But I think I held my own, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Also, it used to air on MTV, but now Wild 'N Out airs on VH1. Even though it's called MTV's Wild 'N Out on VH1. I think they just need to have me on again.
They do, but speaking of that, because that leads into my next question. Again, we love seeing you on our TV screens. We want to see so much more of you. If you could guest star on any show, what show would you want it to be?
I would love to guest star on Will and Grace.
Oh.
Because that is the reason I went to acting school.
Wow.
I studied drama at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, and I always wanted to be Sean Hayes. Not literally, but, I think from a very young age, I've been good about having a sense of self and being able to be objective, which you need to if you want to have a real career in Hollywood. You need to see how others see you, and that needs to inform how you present yourself. So I knew I was never going to be the leading man or the star of a sitcom. That was never a dream of mine. I always wanted to be part of an ensemble or happily a supporting character with somebody in somebody else's show, the wacky neighbor, the crazy cousin, the gay best friend. And that's still a dream of mine. I still have a lot of dreams, whether it be a sitcom that I'm a part of, a talk show that I'm a part of, a reality show for me and my family, or just growing what I'm already doing, keeping the website going and growing and finding new audiences, or growing my own YouTube where some people may be watching us now, or growing my podcast. 15 years later, I just do more.
You definitely do more. I watch all of your videos and I'm so amazed with your work ethic continuously. And you deserve all of your successes. And I know that all of those dreams you have are going to happen very, very soon.
I'm a bit of a loser at times, though. Only because you would think somebody in their 40s wouldn't feel the need to work as hard as I do, but I do.
And I feel like that's in your DNA because for me too, I relate to your videos so much, and my mom does too. We have those sleepless nights too that you talk about that we're just wondering, okay, what can we do next? What do we have to do next? So, again, you deserve everything.
My parents ingrained that in me from a young age. Both of my parents fled communism. They left Cuba and started their lives from scratch with nothing in Miami. So they always told me, you got to have a good education. You need to be smart, study hard, and apply yourself. Absolutely. And, I don't go to a therapist, but I'm kind of my own therapist.
Right.
And in many ways, that fear and anxiety, I use that as a fuel to keep me going. Yeah, I have to keep pushing because what'll happen if I don't work as hard as this? Or, I don't even want to go there. So, to me, I'm still building. I'm still working towards things, and then when I get there, then hopefully I can just not do everything.
Right. But again, your hard work has gotten you to all of the success, 3 beautiful children. So, the sky's the limit.
No regrets.
Definitely.
There's an old saying, there's 5 things in life or 6 things in life. There's family, friends, romance, health, and fun, right? You can really only have 3 out of the 5 at any time. You can't. This is something that a lot of young people hear or say or repeat, in their 20s. I want balance. You should not have any balance in your 20s. I don't even know if you have balance in your 30s even. I think maybe balance comes later in life. If you really want to be successful at whatever you do, and I'm not just talking even professionally, if you want to be successful with your fitness, or if you want to be successful in your marriage or relationship, all of that requires work. And it may seem simple, but things that are simple can be really hard, like being fit. It's not rocket science what it takes to be fit. You need to eat healthily and be active. But that's hard work.
Absolutely. I see your videos and going waking up at 5:45. I did that too with going to college. I'm okay, I have to fit it in, and it's a hard thing to do. So again, we bow down to you for really achieving everything. Now, one of the many things that we all love about you is how close you are with your family, especially your incredible mom. Now, what is one piece of advice that really sticks out to you that you've learned from her?
Oh God, I don't want to say it. Because, I think it has made me who I am. And I think I resonate with this at this point in my life. The thing about life that's exciting and great is it's cycles. and eras and periods, and what you think in one era or year or month or day or hour, you may not think the same thing or the same way tomorrow or next month or next year. Growing up, my mom always told me, it's all about your family.
Right.
Friends will come and friends will go, but it's all about your family. And I was always a big friend person, and I just refused to accept them. Like, "Oh, that's so cynical, Mom. You're just such a cynic."
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I realize that's true. At least at this phase of my life. Especially because I don't have as much time to be social with friends. And my real friends, which is just basically one or two, they understand that, and they still love me even if they don't see me as much as they used to. And there is just something about believing that family is the most important thing.
It is.
And if you really believe that, then all of your actions and decisions revolve around that and for the betterment of your family. Absolutely. Like you said, yeah.
Yes, for sure. Now, Perez, we're going to do a very quick speed round. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Now, first one is celebrity you'd like to swap lives with for a day.
Oh, God, there's so many. I would say the first person that came to mind right now was Angelina Jolie.
Oh.
Just because I still find her interesting all these years later.
Yeah.
And she's busy promoting a new film, Maleficent 2. Right. So she was at top of mind. But also, Madonna or even Ariana Grande would be interesting.
Very cool. It's so hard to pick just one. But next one is favorite emoji.
My favorite. Let's see which one I use the most.
Yeah, let's see which one.
Let's see. Yeah. If I go to message somebody, wait, there we go. No, wait, where's here are the most used ones. I guess. That one's my most used one is not very. The most used one I use is the arrow up sign, only because I post a lot on Instagram stories. So swipe up, and then I use the arrow up sign. But in texts and conversations, the one I use the most is the prayer hands.
Oh, very nice. I love that.
There is some debate. A lot of people say it's two high-fiving hands.
No, it's definitely a prayer.
Yeah, I think it's the prayer hands.
No, also dream place to visit.
Oh God, so many. I would say number one on my list of places that I have not been to yet, as a single person, Cambodia.
Ooh, very cool.
Because it's kind of untainted by tourism in the Western world. It's still pretty much what it is. And then with my family, I would maybe take my family there. I'm not sure. With my family, there's still so many places in Europe that I'd like to go to, or Thailand. Those are very easy, There's tours you can be a part of or whatnot.
That would be amazing. And last one for the speed round is guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I love popcorn films. I love superhero movies.
Cool.
Superhero movies. Like I'll go see almost any superhero film.
Very nice.
I love them because it's such an escape from reality. Like it's not this world.
Right. Brilliant. Now, in my interviews, I love doing challenges. So we're going to do a heads up challenge with superstars is the topic. Now, would you like to guess, or I'll guess them?
Whatever you prefer.
Okay. So you know what? I will let you guess them. Oh, he's a swimmer in your last video. Yes. He has his own show. He does, it's like a late night show.
Jimmy Fallon?
He was in The Lion King.
James Corden. I know who that, John Oliver.
Yes. Oh, he's a DJ. He had like a song with Nicki Minaj.
David Guetta.
Yes, okay. And late night with, time's up. But you did amazing, as always. But lastly, if you could bring out one message to all of your fans, everyone watching your videos, getting cameos from you, what message would that be?
I would just say, it goes back to what I tell my kids. The most important thing, the two most important things in life. Number one is family, and then number two is work very hard. You, in this day and age, may luck your way into success, but you will not sustain success without an incredible work ethic, without showing up early, without being a professional, without being grateful. Those are just fundamentals. And it's just wild, like looking at these YouTubers. The YouTubers that were the top YouTubers 3 or 4 years ago, they're not the top YouTubers anymore. And the ones that are the top YouTubers now will not be the top YouTubers in 3 or 4 years. I hope that they're all being smart with their money, investing it, saving it, not being dumb and wasting it on stupid things. And if that's not your strong suit, then surround yourself with smarter people or people that are really good at those things. But it's really just all about, if you want to do what you're doing and as you're doing it. Well, with you, I think what's great too is what you did, the power of the ask. You said, hey, can we do this? Yeah. And I said, yes. And I do that as well. The ask is very powerful. If you ask somebody for help, not a lot of people ask. Just ask for what and put out there what you want. I still ask for help in big ways and in small ways. Like in my videos, I say, if you can help me do this or that, please. Right. Or privately, like on my personal Facebook page, I'll ask my friends, hey, does anybody know anybody that works here or anybody that does that? Like the power of the ask is very powerful. So ask for help, but don't just rely on that. Work really hard. You have to be consistent, engage with your audience, whether that be on a social media platform or your audience being your coworkers at your real job or your classmates at school. You can't just sit back. You have to be an active participant in your life, in your experience, in your career. And it's so funny because the older I get, the more I go back to some of my old sayings. Like my senior year high school quote was, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. Ain't that the truth? Right. And another thing I've been saying like my whole life, even before there was a Perez, was if it's not fun, then make it fun.
I love that.
Not everything's going to be fun, but challenge yourself. Find a way to make chores or homework or taking out or mowing the lawn, anything. Like, how can you make an unpleasurable experience as pleasurable as possible for you? Because really, we're here for such a short amount of time on this earth. We should make it as fun as possible.
Absolutely. Now, I have to say, you are hands down the most brilliant person I've ever interviewed. And hearing that is really reassuring because sometimes, like for me, I'd be like working hard. And you see people who luck out and you're like, well, I'm working hard. Why am I not getting like this or that? But, seeing someone as successful as you who works as hard as you do, and even as successful as you are, you still have that amazing work ethic. It's just so admirable to see. And that's why you truly are an idol for me and so many people. But thank you for chatting with me today. I had such a blast. Everyone, make sure you follow PerezHilton.com, get his cameos, listen to his podcast, his YouTube channel. But thank you again.
And I'm excited to see you continue to do great things.
Thank you.
And make sure that you're following Alexis everywhere. And share this video and ask her something. Maybe you can collaborate.
Yes, absolutely.
It's another thing, I don't do this as much, but I should, collaborate.
Right.
Especially if you want to be a YouTuber that's all about collaborating with other YouTubers, or you interview people, but, do even more.
Right.
You can never collaborate enough with people.
Absolutely. Well, thanks.
I hope you guys enjoyed this or found anything inspiring or informative or just fun to watch.